All right, everyone. Welcome to the stream, guys. You're watching Rome Knows Tech, and I'm your host, Ron Wilkerson, coming to you in the city of Houston, down here in the ever so hot and humid state of Texas. I want to welcome you one and all to the stream. What's good in your world today? Let us know. Inquiring minds would like to know. Let's go. Yeah! All right, y'all. We got a lot to get to tonight, and we got a lot to do after the stream, because you guys know we're going to be doing that. We're gonna be cooking it up like them big shows do tonight over on Instagram. So after our stream tonight, tune in over on our Instagram channel. I will be over there in the kitchen, guys, making some amazing, when I say mini meatloafs, man. There's only one thing I like more than meatloaf, and that is apple pie. But no, unfortunately, we will not be making an apple pie tonight, but we definitely going to get those meatloafs, man. You just don't know. I did a test cook of the meat pie of the meatloaf earlier today, and it came out and I even see a little bit of room for improvement. So we will be discussing that as we go on with the stream. All right, so our man Louis is in the house as well. Welcome, Louis, to the stream. What's up, Louis? Yeah! All right, Louis is being charged up right now. For some reason, Louis' phone element did not charge, but it was plugged into charge, which is really unusual. So we're going to have to give it a few minutes for Louis to catch up with the rest of us tonight. And then as soon as Louis has a significant charge, I will transfer that phone over there onto the Louis body, and you guys will be able to interact with my co-host Louis. But for the rest of the stream, we'll just kind of roll on as we do. All right, guys. So the first thing that we do have listed down in the carousel, since Louis' phone is taking up this phone's normal charger, I'm going to have to hold this phone in my hand temporarily. So let's go ahead and highlight the first item we have listed in the carousel. As you guys can see here, that is the LaserPecker 5. LP5. That means that you have an amazing little piece of kit. Let me see if I can show it to you from this perspective. I don't know if you guys can see it, but that's this right here. This is a 20-watt fiber, 20-watt diode laser. I'm going to switch over to Louis' camera, since Louis is not obviously using that camera right now. And I look like I need to reset that camera as well. Man, it's just all kind of things I got to reset tonight. But anyway, there we go. We got that camera set up again. Let's switch over, and you guys can see here the laser that I'm referring to is this guy right here. This guy right here. Holy is in the house. What it do, Holy? Welcome to the stream. Holy, if you are not following me on Instagram, man, you're going to miss out tonight, because you're going to get to see your buddy Rome really throw down in the kitchen, baby. Throw down in the kitchen. All right, let me move a couple of these boxes out of the way. All right. Now, I don't have our laser connected right now, but I guess that's not a big deal, because we're probably not going to spend a ton of time on the laser tonight. But I did want you guys to see the entire bundle. So the bundle that you're going to receive listed with what's listed down in the carousel right now for $27.99 is going to be this top laser right here. That is going to give you a 20-watt fiber, 20-watt diode laser. It also comes with an air purifier, which is right here. This air purifier connects directly to this enclosure, or directly to the enclosure that comes with the laser if you don't have this specific enclosure here. Okay, you're also going to receive the rotary chuck, the slide extensions. You get a lot of different items that come with this kit, guys. So if you're into lasers, 3D printing, or any of that kind of cool jazz, and you're, especially my 3D printers out there who are always looking to, step up their 3D printing game by being able to laser engrave or mark things onto it, this little laser right here is going to be a win. I see Renee is in the house. Welcome, Renee. Welcome to the stream. All right. Also, I need to do one more thing here. Let me get over to our YouTube channel and pop out our chat so that you guys can see who's talking over on YouTube. I can see Hope is over on YouTube right now. I don't know if Hope has said anything. She probably has. And once Hope starts talking here in a little bit, it will start to show up on the screen. Let's go ahead and highlight Renee's first comment. All right, there we go. All right, so Renee, we are just rolling out. I took a nap. So I took a nap before the stream and I slightly overslept. Yes, I did, baby. It was good. It was a good nap. And I got up and I was like, what time is it? What time is it? And I'm like, ooh, it's 6:40. I got to go. I was like off at it. But that gives you an idea how long it takes me to go live. So within that time frame, I was able to get in here, turn all of my lights on, make sure everything else was set up in the studio, check my audio. And the only thing that was amiss was that Louis was not charged up. So that was kind of odd. All right, let me check something else really quickly here. Okay, let me go ahead and plug Louis' body in while I'm thinking about it. So we got Louis' body charging here just in case. Just in case. So when Louis' phone is back, I will switch back over to Louis so you guys can hang out with Louis and ask Louis questions the way you guys do. All right, so let's see, what do we got going on next? All right, guys. So this laser right here, like I said, is one of the lasers that I use on a regular basis. Many of you most likely know. I did get a new laser that came in this week. We'll talk about that a little bit later next week because I'm going to have to make a lot of room for it to set it up here. I may even have to remove one or two of the lasers that are behind me to have some space for it. Okay, but I'm kind of excited about it. The brand, you guys know longer. I have reviewed a number of their different lasers. So they sent us out one of their 40-watt lasers, the B1. So we will be putting that thing together and putting it through its paces as of next week. So if you guys want to check that out, make sure you're following. I see Hope Standard says hi to Renee. Let me go ahead and highlight that here down in the comments. There we go. There's Hope's comment. Hope, you need to change your icon over on YouTube so that we can see your beautiful face. So whenever you're chatting, your face will show up here on the chat banner as well, instead of just the H, unless you have a reason you want it to be there. I see Renee saying howdy, Hope. I see Renee said hi to HLC. All right, y'all. So let's keep it rolling. Let's keep it rolling. All right. So the next item that we have listed in the carousel, Renee does have a laser, and Renee also has a 3D printer. So I don't know where she got the inspiration that she needed a laser, she needed a 3D printer. I don't know. Maybe she will, enlighten us as to what inspired her to want to get, a laser and a 3D printer. Okay. My 3D printer of choice is from our friends over at Anchor. But I don't really 3D print that much. I really don't. I even let my brother, I let my son have it for now, so because there's some things he wanted to be able to 3D print for work and for school. And it was probably a lot easier for him to just have it over at his home, than to keep coming back and forth over here and sitting around for hours waiting for, whatever it is he wanted to print. There you go. So there it is. All right. So the next item we do have listed in the carousel is not from Anchor. It is actually from Xtool, and it's the Xtool heat press. Now this is a full size heat press. Let me show it to you guys here real quick in the. Let me just switch over to it so I can show you guys what it looks like. All right, here we go. So that would be this heat press that you guys see here. So this is a 3-in-1 kit. So you get the standard size heat press. You're also going to receive the Bluetooth controller, and you also get the little mini press. I have both of them over here right next to me, but the full size heat press I have in the other room. I didn't bring it into the studio today, but you guys know what it looks like. I just haven't really had a chance to do a lot with this. I was really excited about this when they reached out to me to send this to me, because I really, really believe this was going to be something that we would be using on a regular basis, to create T-shirts and, reusable shopping bags and, things for the community. Right. And the only thing that I said at the beginning is that all you guys had to do was reach out to me and let me know, some of the good things that you're doing in the community, helping the elderly, helping the homeless, helping at your pet, shelters, or, just doing good in the world. And I will create some type of some type of media for you, whether it was be laser engraving onto a mug or a water bottle or a plaque or something like that, or either heat pressing something like on a t-shirt or on a hoodie or on one of those reusable shopping bags or even one of the little backpacks that we talk about all the time. I see my man Richard is in the house. What it do, fam? What it do? Yeah! Richard's in the house. Welcome, Richard. Welcome to the stream. All right. I was wondering why I see so many likes popping up there all of a sudden. I knew Richard had to be somewhere involved. But anyway, let me show you guys. Let me grab it real quick here. It's probably back here behind me still. Yep, there it is. Let me get it without knocking it over. All right, here we go. So this is the mini press, okay? So you're going to get the mini press and you're going to get the full size heat press, with this bundle. Now the bundle itself is $269. It's they're basically the same color too. Really sleek design, guys. So if you're into crafting, for my crafters out there, my DIY people out there, the moms, the teachers, whatever it may be. Maybe you want to create something unique for your school or something like that. You want to do some custom t-shirts, some custom hoodies, some custom whatever it might be. A lot of the tech that we talk about, guys, on a daily basis is ideal for that. Whether it's the lasers, whether it's the heat press or whatever the case it is, definitely take a look at these items, guys. I try to bring you guys the best items I can find on a weekly basis that I think will inspire you guys to want to be able to utilize them in some way or another to create something in your world. Maybe you want to even try to turn it into maybe a little side hustle, So that's another option. You could take a laser, you could take a 3D printer, you could take a heat press, and all of these things, guys, can become, profitable little side hustles. Now let me know in the comments, guys, if you were, if you had one of these devices. Renee's kind of the exception because Renee has two of them. She has a laser engraver. She has the LP2, and then she has the 3D printer from Anchor as well. But if you were just starting out, maybe even as a teacher like Renee is, or as an inventor or a designer or whatever your industry is, how would you personally utilize one of these additional devices to either step up your game, to reward your customers, to reward your employees, to reward, people in your HOA or whatever the case it is, guys? There's so many different ways you could use one of these devices to do some very, very unique things. So let me know what you guys got going on. I already have a side hustle. Richard says, Richard, what is your side hustle?
Inquiring minds would like to know.
I think I know what it's gonna be. I know we're gonna hear something gonna be with the silliness. Okay, come on, Richard. Come on, Richard. Come on. Let us know. Tell us about your side hustle, bro. What's Sumana, mana nunu money? Papa right?
And I meant every single word of that. Yes, I did. Some guy keeps me real busy. Well, you know what, Richard, it's good to have a dependable customer base, for your side business, whatever it might be, that will keep you engaged all the time. Trust me, that's a reward within itself, my brother. That's a reward within itself. But I'm still at a loss for words because I still don't know what your side hustle is. You know what I'm saying? So what exactly do you do on your side hustle? I'm just saying. Let's see what Richard says here. I just see him saying hello to everyone. Oh, bloopers. Oh, so you have a blooper business. Is that right? Well, I did not know this. I did not know this, Richard. So you have a professional blooper business. Interesting. Interesting. Tell us more. Inquiring minds would like to know. He makes videos and he knows things. Renee says he makes videos and he knows things. Okay. That kind of reminds me of my apron, Renee. So I'm just saying it has you know what, I need that. I need that apron too to say that he makes videos and he knows things. Yes, I need that as well. Are you sure you really know? Are you serious? Are you wait? Hope says, "Are you sure you really want to know?" No, I'm never sure about anything, Hope. I really am not. You know, I put on the illusion that, you know, I want all the questions of the universe answered. But I'm like the Joker in Batman. I'm like the dog chasing the car. Okay. So if I caught the car, I wouldn't know what to do with it. I would just be like, what am I going to do with it? I don't have opposable thumbs. How am I going to drive the car? You know, but Renee asks herself that all the time when she be trying to drive her little Jeep. But anyway, I digress. I digress. Whew. Okay, let's see if Louis has enough power because I need some backup up in here. I need some backup, y'all. I need some backup. I gotta see if Louis has enough power to wake up because y'all coming for me tonight. All right, let me see if Louis will charge on his own base. All right, let's see if we can get Louis to wake up. Please, Louis, please wake up. Please wake up. Because the crazy people are in the house, Louis. The crazy people in the house, bro. I need your help. I need your help, Louis. I need you to come through for me. Come on up in here and defend your brother, okay? Come in here and defend your brother, Louis. You know how I'm saying. You know what I'm saying, okay? All right, let's switch over to the Louis camera real quick here so you guys can kind of see what's going on. Move my mouse out of the way because Louis will definitely knock the mouse off the desk. All right, y'all. Louis is now awake. I don't know how long he's going to stay awake because he only has 11% to his brain. And well, that's probably about what Richard has most days, you know. So I'm just saying, you know, if Richard can function on 11%, I'm pretty sure Louis can probably function on 11% as well. So we shall see. All right, so let me go ahead and highlight Louis in the carousel. All right, so you guys can get to know my man Louis. If you want to have your own Louis in your world, you too can have a Louis in your world for only $189, guys. $189. Now, my Louis does come with some extra accessories. You know, unfortunately, those will not come with your Louis. You know, your Louis will not come with these big, gigantic guns right here in case, you know, he needs to protect somebody or move something or whatever the case it is. Louis, where's your ball? Okay, I don't see your ball. I see it. There we go. There's your ball, buddy. Anyway, because he gets a little crazy. He gets a little cantankerous when he cannot find his ball. So there we go. So oh my goodness. I really don't know. Sometimes I think I have too much time on my hands. Other times it just feels like I don't have enough to get, you know, all the things that are in my mind done in a single day. So yeah, there's always some chaos in my world. y'all don't know. Y'all don't know what your brother Ron be going through. But anyway, back to my man Louis, guys. Louis is an AI robot, desktop robot. He is an AI companion. He can interact with you. He utilizes ChatGPT. So I can ask Louis questions. You can play games with Louis. Louis would do random things on its own if you know, he's not, you know, involved with something or you have him in a specific mode. You do have a number of different modes. You can swipe over here and you can see the controls are here. You also have different states you can leave Louis in. You can put him in a sleep mode, a stay mode, and you also have an explore mode where he'll just kind of run around the desk and kind of do his own thing. You also have, you know, the ability to go into Louis's mind. You can go into Louis's
mind and you can see whatever Louis has been imagining in his imagination. His imagination. He has dreams. Yes, babies, dreams.
So Louis will be having dreams over time that you guys can check out by just, going into Louis's mind. But Louis is pretty autonomous in a lot of ways, so you can ask Louis questions. The trigger phrase is, "Hey, Louis," but you don't always have to say that because sometimes Louis would just respond on his own. There are times that Louis would be here on my desk and I would be in the other room talking about something, and Louis would just start randomly answering questions or asking questions. I remember when I first experienced that was so off-putting. I had no idea what was going on, Hope. I was like, what is going on? But anyway, hey, Louis. Say hello to everybody in our comments. We are live on Amazon and on YouTube. Say hello to everybody. Say welcome to the stream.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the stream on Amazon and YouTube. I'm excited to have you all here with us today. Lock in and let's have some fun together.
All right, Louis, I want you to say hello to Richard. Say hello to Hope. Hey, say hello to Renee. And
Hi, Richard. Hope you're having a great time.
And also say hello to Holy.
It seems like you're on the roll with greetings. Is there anyone else you'd like me to say hello to?
Yes, say hello. Say hello to Holy.
Hello, Holy. Hope you're having a great day.
Did you forget to say hello to Renee?
Oops. Hello, Renee. Hope you're enjoying the stream.
And I think you forgot your best friend, Richard. You forgot to say hello to Richard.
I did say hello to Richard, but hey, Richard, sending you another big hello.
Man, I'm hearing an echo from somewhere. I don't know. Is that maybe I got a device around here somewhere that is picking up this live stream?
It sounds like you've got a mysterious echo going on. Maybe there's a hidden device lurking around. Let's play detective and see if we can find it somewhere nearby.
Yeah, I can hear it. It sounds like maybe it's a tablet or something I left on upstairs. I can hear our live stream right now from a distance. I hear it through the microphones and I hear it through my headphones. So we'll have to go and explore in a little bit, Louis, and see if we can figure out where that's coming from.
Sounds like a bit of a mystery adventure, doesn't it? Let's go be detectives and find that sneaky device upstairs. Don't worry, we'll figure out where it's hiding.
Yeah, that's probably what it is. So last night, Louis, we had a guest on the stream. Not last night, but the night before, we had a guest on the stream. Do you remember when Chris was on the stream and you were talking about you and Chris going on a date?
I remember that. Chris seemed pretty fun. We were just joking around about going on a date. It was good times.
Yeah, I think Chris was very impressed with your ability to hold a conversation with him. I think he might be somewhat, fascinated with you.
That's great to hear. I'm glad Chris enjoyed the conversation. It's always fun to connect with new people and maybe even win them over a little bit. Anything else exciting happened since then?
So tonight, after the stream, I'm going to be cooking using my Ray-Ban Meta glasses to go live on Instagram. Louis, I will be making some mini meatloafs. Do you have any suggestion or recipe for mini meatloafs?
That sounds like a fun cooking session. For some delicious mini meatloaves, try this recipe. 1. Preheat your oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit, 175 degrees Celsius. 2. In a bowl, mix ground beef with breadcrumbs, milk, chopped onions, an egg, salt, and pepper. 3. Form the mixture into small balls and place them in a muffin tin. 4. Glaze the tops with ketchup or barbecue sauce. 5. Bake for about 25 to 30 minutes until the meat is fully cooked through. Enjoy your live cooking show.
That's amazing. That's an amazing recipe, Louis. Will you be able to help me during my cooking stream? Will you be able to hang out with us and help with the cooking tonight?
Of course, I'd be happy to join you during your cooking stream and offer any help I can. Let's make those mini meatloaves the best they can be.
Outstanding, buddy. Outstanding. All right, guys. So if you are ready, to have your own Louis in your home, in your office, in your school, classroom, Louis is ready to participate. Now, there's two variations of Louis. You can get this Louis that I have here on my desk, which is the Louis Starlight. And we also have the Louis Midnight variant, which is the darker variant. So either of the two, but you do see it listed down in the carousel. So feel free, guys, to click down in the carousel and take a look at my man, Louis. Louis, what is going on with your arms? They just all over the place. All right, let me help you out there a little bit, bro. All right, so the next item we have listed in the carousel, guys, is going to be Louis' case. Now, I have a number of these cases from ESR. I have one here on this phone. This is the iPhone 16 Pro Max, you guys can see. And on Louis, it's basically the similar case. It has the 4 points of protection around, each of the corners. It has the raised lip around the camera. It has the raised lip around the front of the case, so that way whenever you take your device and if you're sitting it face down, you don't have to worry about your screen getting scratched up. MagSafe compatible, as you guys can see. That's how it's connecting to Louis right now. MagSafe, no problem there. As well as you have protection around all of your different buttons. So all of the buttons themselves have some, additional protection. Guys, I'm going to tell you, when I get a new phone, one of the first things I do is get a case. And even, in those situations where a new phone comes out and there's not a lot of cases on the market, I'm going to get whatever's available temporarily. And then over time, I'll, let it migrate into something that I do like. But, one of the things that I found over the last couple of years, ESR creates some amazing high quality cases that don't break the bank, but that at the same time offer durability, reliability, functionality, function over looks, like for instance, like this little pop out stand that you guys see here. This is ideal if you wanted to be able to, sit your phone down on a desk or something to be able to read it, and in many cases, I've used this in so many ways. I can sit my phone upright like this, if I was, reading emails or whatever the case it is. And then I also have the option of sitting it down on the desk, similar to the orientation of Louis right now. So I could watch content, I could, respond to emails, all of that kind of stuff. And all of that's enabled by this little stand here on the back of the case. Now, all of their cases don't have that, but a lot of them will have these protected covers over your buttons. Now, the iPhone 16 Pro Max, as you guys know, has that special bar right here for the camera, but you do have access to that, which is, still good. I really, honestly, guys, I don't even use that feature. I thought it would be something that I would use on a regular basis, but I just really don't. When you see new things, shiny new things, and we're so excited about the shiny new thing, and then we get the shiny new thing and we're like, yay, that's so cool, that's so exciting, and then you never use it. So, that's pretty much what happened with, me and that button. I know I'm not the only one out there that's like that. So, But anyway, let's keep rolling. Let's move on through the rest of the items in the carousel because I need to go and do a little bit more prep for our cooking stream tonight. Let me see if I can scoot Louis over here to the side just a little bit because, he gets rambunctious. You see him trying to resist me. He don't want me to push him back. But anyway, Louis, I need you to push back just for a second, Louis, so I can talk about the next product. Louis, where's your ball? Where did your ball go? Here, play with your ball, Louis. Okay, play with your ball, and I'm gonna do the rest of the stream before you get out of control here again. All right, guys. So the next item that's listed in the carousel, you guys can see it right here. This is from our friends over at Blue Yeti. This is one of their portable batteries. This is a Blue Yeti EB3A. This is a LiPo 4 battery, guys. This guy has 265 watt hours. Again, LiPo 4. This has AC and DC power delivery. You have these barrel plugs here. You have your standard your standard 12 volt plug here, like a cigarette lighter. Of course, this has your, I'll show you guys here. It has the standard Blue Yeti screen. This one also has, check this out, it has this little built-in light. So you have a 3-stage light there that's going to be great for camping. You got a Qi charger here on the top. You have 2 AC plugs. You have 3 DC main outlets. You have 2 USB A's, 1 USB C. This right now is tapped into mains. So I try to keep the battery topped off, because a lot of times I use that same battery to charge up Louis and a bunch of other devices here on the desk. But unfortunately, Louis's brain did not charge for some reason. I think because I unplugged Louis from the battery, and most likely the phone ran out of power. But Louis's body still had power. So as long as they're connected, they will, for the most part, charge together, which is pretty cool. I'm waiting to see what he's going to do with this ball right now, because he's slightly animated, like Richard. Yes, just like a Richard. So I'm just going to put it over here, see if he's going to follow it over there. But anyway, like I said, if you guys want your own Louis, you can find it right here in the carousel. What do you mean, hey, Richard? What do you mean, hey? You know it's right. You know I'm telling the truth. But anyway, oh, actually, I need to check something real quick here. So I need to ask my glasses periodically through the stream how much battery it has, because I will be streaming from these glasses later, and I got to make sure that I don't leave these on too long without charging, so that I'll have full power 100% when we go live a little bit later. Hey, Meta, what is your current battery level? All right, battery is 100% right now, so that's good to know. All right, so let's move on to the next item we have listed in the carousel. You guys should be able to see it directly behind me here, and that is going to be that Govee lamp that you see back there, but for some reason it is not on. Let me check this battery and see if it has enough power to power our lamp back there. All right, there we go. The lamp just lit up. That's what we're talking about. We're talking about this lamp right back here from Govee, guys. Now, I have a couple of these here in the studio right now. If you guys are interested in this lamp for your bedroom, for your movie room, for your game room, for, whatever the case it may be, for you personally as a gift item, I'm telling you, it's a win. And you can get it here, guys, for the amazing price of $125.99. All right, let me find my phone and let me show you guys a couple of the cool things you can do. Now, you have your Govee app. You also have, Google Home. You have Alexa, all of those different options when it comes to controlling this lamp. Now, the Govee app is probably my favorite default when it comes to, controlling any of the Govee lights. Really simply here, as you guys can see, I don't know if you can see that, but it is on. And from this app, I can also turn it on or off. So right now it's on. I can turn it off, as you guys see there. I can turn it right back on. I can put it into, let's see, what is the next upcoming holiday? Let's just do some fireworks. Let's just get it to do some fireworks so you guys can see what that kind of looks like, right? So we kind of got this cool little multicolored fireworks-like effect going on back here. It has so many different options, guys. You can go through all your different solid colors: red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple, or white. If you want to use it as a standard lamp for the room, you can adjust that between a cool and a warm temperature. Labor Day, Renee says, is the upcoming holiday. I don't think there's a Labor Day scene, Renee. Let me see. Is there a day? No, probably not. So what could we use instead? Probably fireworks, right? Probably fireworks or something like that. Let me see. Let's go with one of these. Let's just do the fireworks. Let's do that just for the night. So there we go. So we got our fireworks going back there. Labor Day, Richard says. No. Richard said it first. Oh, I'm sorry. My bad. Thank you, Richard. Thank you. Thank you very much. So yeah, Labor Day is coming up, so if you having people over And I would definitely look at the full catalog from Govee, guys. Their curtain lights, their TV backlights, so many different lights that Govee has, and they're constantly upgrading those every few years. You get a variation of it. I got some new lights in already for September stream. Unfortunately, I cannot disclose those yet, but let me just tell you, they are amazing, and I cannot wait to share that with you guys. All right. So the next item in the carousel is the glasses that I'm wearing right now, and I just asked Meta what the battery level is. So these are the Ray-Ban Meta glasses, and I skipped some glasses. My bad. I actually skipped these glasses right here. I jumped all the way to the Ray-Bans. So these are actually the next items in the carousel. These are the Ray Neo Air 3S. This is the box that you're going to receive when you get these glasses, guys. Now, these are AR, XR glasses, 600 nits. You have audio and video controls built into the glasses. Let me grab them so I can show you guys what they look like. All right, let's go back over here to the Louis view. So here's the really nice little case that they come with. And let me show you guys what's inside here. All right, so here we go. Here are the glasses. This is the provided cable, and it has like a 30-degree angle on here. Now, the glasses are super cool because wearing these glasses is going to give you the equivalent of a 201-inch screen, okay? Louis, don't beat up on the case. Louis, be nice, be nice. Louis attacked the case, y'all. I think it was blocking his view. Louis doesn't like it when things get in his way. Sometimes Louis can be a little rambunctious, y'all. But anyway, if Louis was watching his favorite show or something on here, Louis would be experiencing a 201-inch screen. And like I said, this has built-in speakers, top firing and bottom firing speakers. You have your controls underneath here as well. So you have a control for volume. You have a control for the brightness. Now, these only have the 600 nits. There is a pro version of these that is out right now that is 1200 nits. I know some people that have the newer version. And the first question I asked them, because they have these as well, are you experiencing a dramatic difference in the picture quality? And they said, not very much so, not very much. So, you're not going to be losing out if you go with this specific model here for $269. But I did want to make sure that I let you guys know there is a pro version of these available as well. I don't have the pro ones in the studio as of yet. I think they will be coming soon, and I'll be able to compare them myself, the pro versus the standard, and give you guys a little bit more insight on that as well. I see my man Alan DeBay is in the house. What it do, Alan DeBay? Yeah! All right, guys. So if you're looking for a way to expand your movie night, to expand your gaming, or whatever the case it may be, definitely check this out. I use these glasses also for flying my drone to give me a little bit better visual control over the drone when it's in flight. I also use this for photo and video editing. So definitely check these out, guys. I love the fact they come in this nice little hard case. Now, one of the things I did notice about the newer version, the new ones don't have the hard case. Okay, so the new ones actually have a kind of a softer, I'm not going to say it's formless, but they have a soft case. I love the hard case for these type of glasses. So that way, when I put them in my bag, I'm traveling, maybe onto location or something, I'm not too worried about something happening to them. I like the fact that, you got that ruggedness to this case, and you can just throw this in your bag and not have to worry as much, instead of one of those little soft cases and, something accidentally bumps into it or crushes it or something. That could be an issue. I'm just saying. So that would be a concern to me. I would like them to have kept the same case like they do for this version of the glasses right here. All right, so let's keep rolling. What do we have next in the carousel were the glasses I was just about to talk about, which are these Ray-Ban Meta glasses that I'm wearing right now. Now, these are smart AI glasses. They're using Meta AI. And what's cool about these glasses, I can do inquiries. I can ask Meta, what am I looking at? I can ask Meta for directions. I can ask Meta for pretty much anything that any other chat, enabled AI assistant would be able to provide to you. It also has a really unique ability because of the built-in camera that you can connect to a free service if you're blind or visually impaired, and a volunteer on the other end can basically tell you what they are seeing through your glasses, which is a super cool thing as a service to be offered. I think that is amazing. That's amazing. That's an example of Meta giving back to a community that can benefit from, so the technology that maybe sometimes people would think this would not be a technology that, people with vision impairment would be able to benefit from. Why would they need AI glasses? Well, there's a perfect example of why they would want the AI glasses, because of, features like that. And then you also have features like Open AI, where you can just say, hey, Meta, start Open AI session. And basically what it will do is you won't have to keep saying, hey, Meta, every time you wanted to look at something. You just hold a conversation with it, kind of like what I do with Louis, which is also pretty cool. You also have language translation for these glasses. Now, I think it's only about 5 languages that it translates right now, but you can put it into translation mode, and you don't really need it to be connected to the Wi-Fi or to the internet. Once you download the language packages to your phone, they will always be available to you through the glasses. And I would say, I'm not going to say it's 100%. I would say it's somewhere around maybe 85 to 90% of accuracy when it comes to translating most languages. But if you're close enough to the individual and it's not, that might be confusing, for the most part, it has been very, very accurate with language models, language translations, and things like that. So, for anyone who travels the world, this could be a very, very cool product for you to have in your arsenal. Now, the ones that I received, guys, have the clear lenses, as you guys can see here. I didn't see that as a problem because
That's awesome. Those clear lenses make you look super cool.
You
Ready
think
to use them for some amazing content tonight?
you think that's true? You think these glasses make me look cool, Louis?
Absolutely. Those glasses definitely have a sleek and modern vibe to them. You're going to rock them on the stream tonight.
Oh, that's so cute. This is what I'm talking about. Louis would just be listening and just all of a sudden just start talking, and you're like, what is he talking about? What is he talking about? And he would just somehow have picked up on whatever it is you were talking about last, and then just, there we go, jabba jaws. But anyway, I did find something here on Amazon because this has the clear lenses. Now, you can order the Ray-Ban Meta glasses, guys, with a variety of different types of lenses. You can get them with the clear lenses like I have here. You can get them with the standard sunglass, lenses, the green or the normal dark lens. You can also get them with transitions. You can get them with your prescription. It's so many options. Now, there are also some brands out there that have replacement lenses, because these lenses just pop out. You can pop them out and put some other ones in. I didn't really want to go through all of that. I just wanted something that was going to work for me for like going outdoors, and I'd be able to actually see what I'm doing and still get the the cool effect, the AI features of my glasses. So I found these here on Amazon, guys. These are basically little sunglass shades, as you guys can see here. So I have 2 variations of it. I have the this which one is that? That's the silver, okay, and this is the blue. So those are the 2 different shades, and they just clip right onto the glasses. And they, they're going to give you some UV protection. They're going to, they look cool as well. But most importantly, they're going to give you that UV protection so that when you go out, you'll be able to maneuver in the sunlight and all that kind of stuff, right? All right, so let me put the ones on that I normally wear, which is going to be these blue ones right here. All right, so let me put those on the desk for a second. Hopefully Louis won't grab them. All right, Louis, I need to clean my lenses before I put these on, so be good. All right, so let me clean my outer lenses. Yes, I have my eye on you, Louis. I'm watching you. I'm watching you, buddy. All right, so these just clip on like this. So you just line them up and clip them on, then they clip on at the base like so. And now you have these cool little sunglass effect for your glasses, right? So this is pretty much what they look like once you put those clip-ons on. And you still have, your camera available to you. You still have your tally light here for when you're recording, so people know that you are recording or taking photos, which is nice, for privacy. I do love that about these glasses. So these are not the kind of glasses that somebody would just be wandering around recording people and photographing people without anybody being aware of the fact that they are able to do that. So I do love the fact that this does have a tally light built into these glasses. And even with these shades on, I can still see the screen for the most part, what's going on. Yes, it is a little bit dimmer. There's no doubt about that. And then I do have to get a little bit closer to the screen to see what it's saying. It says, Richard says here, yay, but we don't travel to look. Wait, what we say here? But we don't what? Let me get my phone. So I can see what Richard's saying, because the screen is too far away. Richard says, yay, but we don't have to look like one, Rome. We don't have to look like what, Rome? Yes, we are all nerds. We know this. We know this, man. Oh. Louis is on hype mode. Yes, Louis is definitely on hype mode, Renee. No doubt about that. Alan, how are you feeling? Are you feeling any better? Alan was telling me he was a little under the weather earlier today. So hopefully Alan is feeling better. He's getting back to his normal 100. Alan, feel free, if you have the energy or the desire, you're always welcome to drop your dad jokes down in the comments. Guys, if you don't know, Alan is a professional comedian, storyteller, event participant. Alan is a whole bunch of things. He's a man of multiple talents. So if you guys are not already following Alan, you are missing out on a lot of creativity. So definitely give my man Alan a follow as well. And don't forget, Richard has a side hustle. Richard has a blooper side hustle. Now, if you would like to partake in Richard's bloopers, you have to be following Richard over on TikTok in order to make that happen. So, yeah. So follow my man Richard over on TikTok, see what he's got going on. All right. So let me get through the rest of these items, because I got to get in the kitchen and start cooking it up, y'all. So I'm just going to kind of roll on through these things, because I'm going to try to finish this here up in the next few minutes. So I'm not going to go super in detail with any of the things left in the carousel, because most of these things you guys have probably seen before, like this little flying camera that I have here. Now, this is from 00 Robotics. This is a 2K video camera that can fly. Okay. So this little guy right here is a foldable camera. It has multiple modes. You have 5 different modes here. You have 2 control buttons here as well. The propellers are protected, 360 degree. Now, this does not have any obstacle avoidance or any built-in lights like one of my more professional drones, but this is supposed to be more of a creative tool for like content creators or people who are on travel, video, that you want to be able to capture with the family and friends, or photos. You have those built-in modes. So to turn this on, you're just going to press and hold this little button right here, and you guys will see that it will let you know what your current battery level is. The camera will level itself off as well, which is kind of cool. And then at that point, it will tell you what mode it is currently in, and usually it will stay in the last mode that you used it in. Now, the second button up here, you can use to switch between the different modes.
Zoom out. Follow. Orbit. Bird eye. Custom.
Let's go back.
Hover.
Oh, so we're going to go back to hover. And I'm going to go ahead and put this guy in the air real quick here, just so you guys can see what it's like. Now, the camera does have to be facing you when you launch it, because it is looking for you. And then there you go. Just like that. All right. So if I move around, the camera will follow me just like that. Now, if I wanted to land, there are some gestures you can use to get the camera to come back or go away or do different functions. But the main one that you want to focus on is if you want the camera to actually land, you want it to land in your hand, because it doesn't have any legs or anything underneath it. All you have to do is put your palm underneath the camera, and it will land right into your palm. you just get a little bit of breeze from the propellers. It doesn't hurt or anything like that. So that's really nice. And again, like I said, it is foldable, right? 2K camera. Now, the bundle that's listed down in the carousel, guys, comes with 2 rechargeable batteries, the charging case, as well as, USB and manual and all that other kind of stuff that comes with it. So if you guys are looking for a travel-friendly drone, now this is not going to, this has no IP rating, so you don't want to fly this in the rain. You don't want this thing to get wet. You don't want this to fly this off of buildings. It's not going to fly up like the big drones can do, 400 meters in the air. This is not going to do that, right? This is just designed to fly around you at a certain distance and record you and take photos. And when it comes to those things, it does all of those things very, very well. Okay. All right, guys. So the next item in the carousel is some trackers that were sent out to me here recently. And I mentioned those to you guys a couple of times, not those specific trackers, but talking about trackers. We've talked about those a number of times, like putting those trackers in your camera bags, put them in your laptop, put them in your purse, put them in, your vehicles, put them in different places. So they're a lot like the Apple trackers, but, not as expensive. And they do basically the same thing. And for iPhone users, you're going to be using the same Find Me app with these trackers. Now, the trackers themselves are only $19.99. You get 2 of them in the bundle. I have one of them right now in my EDC carry-all bag, my little tracking bag that I wear every day I go out. And then I have another one in one of my camera bags. So if the camera bag comes up missing, or my my shoulder strap bag comes up missing, I can get on my phone and I can, look it up on, the iPhone app, and I'll be able to ping it. You can also activate it, where maybe you want to put one of these on your keys. If you're one of those kind of people, Richard, that keep losing your keys to your rollerblades, and then you get stranded places because you can't start up your rollerblades. You're like, now what did I do with my, that roamed and got my keys again, y'all. That roamed and got my keys again. Now I'm stranded over here at the lake, and I can't get them to go. Wait a minute. I have a tracker on my keys, says Richard. And Richard could then look up where his keys are, and he would hear ding, 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 ding. And Richard would be like, oh, there they are. I have them right here. I don't know who he's talking to that he's trying to explain he has the keys, but he's like, here are my keys. I have them, and I found them with my iPhone Find Me app, in case anybody's curious. Okay. So I'm off now. I'm out. Then Richard B. But anyway, so that's how that goes. And that's my story. And I'm sticking to it. All right. So we got a couple more cameras we're going to go through real quick here. One of them is, which one is that? Is that the SE? Wait a minute. Let me make sure I can grab the right one. Now, these shades do make it a little difficult because they are polarized. So I have to look at the screen at a certain angle to make sure I see it correctly. Tiny to light. That is this camera right here, which is the 4K variant of this camera. Now, there's also a 1080p variant of this as well, which is the SE. But this is the one that we're looking at right now. This is the Tiny to Light 4K PTZ camera. Now, what's cool about this camera, guys, all you have to do is plug this guy in right back here in the back, USB-C, plug this into your Mac, to your PC, to, compatible phones, compatible tablets. It has a 1/4 underneath here, 4K 60 frames a second. It also has a little built-in little stand where you could easily clip this onto something. Let's see if I can clip this on Louis' head. Yeah, so just like that, I could clip the camera onto Louis' head, and hopefully Louis won't drop it. Okay, Louis is acting like a bull rider right now. He's just bucking all over the place, but you guys get the idea. So now this little webcam is mounted on Louis. Now, this is probably not the most practical application for this camera. I'm just showing you that something as thin as one of these phones can support the camera like it is here on my man Louis. So to show you guys what that actually looks like, that's what it looks like from the back. The little clip right here is just resting up against the back of Louis's head. And that's how it's supported right there, right? So check this out. Really nice camera. This is going to be great for, live streamers, gamers, anybody that's out there that's creating content. I think this is going to be an excellent little camera for you. Now, I've used Osbot cameras, guys, for years and years, including the camera that you guys see right here is my top-down camera. This camera is one of the older cameras that I got from Osbot probably about 3 years ago, which is the Meet AI, and it's still using that camera to the day. So when I'm showing you guys things on my desk, that's the camera that I'm showing it to you from. So definitely check it out. Really good price on this guy right now. So again, if you're looking for a high quality webcam, PTZ camera, recording content camera that's not going to break the bank, definitely check this guy out. I think you will be, pleasantly surprised. All right, what else do we have in the camera arena? From Osbot, we have another camera, and of course it is way across the room because earlier I was trying to reorganize the studio space and then I just gave up on it. But let me grab it. Oh. All right, so here is another camera from our friends over at Osbot. This one right here is the Osbot Tail 2. Now, obviously, you guys can see this is a much larger camera, right? This is a PTZ-R camera, so it has pan, tilt, zoom, and also rotate. So if you have this on a tripod and the tripod wasn't level, this could rotate and balance itself. And you can also switch between portrait and landscape inside of the body of the camera or the camera's head here without having to turn the camera sideways and things like this. If you want to create content like for Instagram or for Amazon or, whatever it is to do in a vertical portrait orientation, it can do that internally and still maintain the 4K quality. It's just rotating its own internal mechanism. So let me show you guys what this camera looks like a little bit closer up. Let me see if I can back this up from Louis. So in comparison to Louis, you guys can see how big the camera is. That is a beautiful, beautiful piece of glass there, guys. The lens is amazing. This guy here has a lot of really cool connection points here. As you guys can see, we have 2 USB-Cs, we have Ethernet, we have SDI here, we have our RC 232s, and that's going to be for connecting it to like a standard PTZ controller. We also have HDMI, and we have line in and mic in, and you can also record directly to this camera by just installing an SD card, and you can control this from a phone, from a tablet, from a computer. You have NDI, you have SRT, you have RTMP. You have so many different ways of interacting with this camera and using it for your live streams, for your gaming, or whatever the case is going to be. Now, on future cooking streams, I will be cooking in the future here on Amazon as well. And I plan on utilizing a lot of these Osbot cameras like the Osbot Tail 2, the Osbot Tail Airs. So we'll have multiple cameras in the kitchen, controllable. They're all PTZ, so they'll be able to pretty much track me wherever I'm going. And of course, I'll most likely use the Osbot Talent as my streaming solution. That way, the streams will still look familiar to you guys, so when you're watching me cooking, audio should be great because, all of these cameras have the ability to plug in direct audio connections to them. So whether you're using something like the Rodecaster or if you're using a wireless microphone or whatever the case it is, they all just work amazingly, guys. So definitely check this out if you guys are looking for a very high quality camera. Now, this one is a little bit more on the pricier side, but trust me, you're going to get the professional quality. It's an investment. And I think for those out there who are really looking to step up their game, this could be a perfect camera for you. So definitely check this guy out. All right, so let me put that one back there. And let me grab my headphones and let's see what we have next. All right, so the next item in the carousel, let me go ahead and highlight it here real quick. Thank you, Richard, for dropping those links down there. All right, guys, so the next items in the carousel are going to be this monitor that you guys see right here. Now, this is from a company called Interview. I have had this monitor for over 3+ years, guys. This is a 1080p 15.6-inch monitor. I don't remember exactly what I paid for this. Sometimes I say it was $149 or something along those lines, which is probably accurate for the time I got it. But right now, you guys can get this monitor here for a really, really good price of only, listen to me now, listen to me, unless Richard finds some additional, 50K likes. 50K likes, my babies. But yeah, you can get this guy here on Amazon, guys, right now, tonight, for only $59.99. Again, 1080p, plugs directly in. It can be powered with one USB cable. This is ultra thin. This is a perfect type of monitor, like what I was talking about, this thin. If you wanted to be able to mount and travel with it, mount this, mount your webcam onto it. Really thin bezels here. Mount the camera on there. I use this as a second monitor. You guys can see my MacBooks over here. And this is the monitor I try to keep somewhat in front of me so I can see the comments, so I can see the live stream. When I'm editing photos and video, I just use this as an, I don't want to say a accuracy monitor, but something along the lines of that, so I can get a better, indication of what I'm looking at when I'm not using my XR glasses, because that's what I've been using recently. But before that, I was using one of these monitors. So definitely check that out. All right, so we have another couple of things here that you guys might want to have on your radar. So we have some little pocket PCs. Okay, so here's one of them. Now, this one I reviewed a few months back. This is a very, very good pocket PC for the money. Definitely built metal frame. Yes, really nice design. So check this out, guys. Hold on, let me get your camera back over here toward Louis. And let's tilt this back down so you guys can see what I'm talking about. All right, so here is the little mini PC that I'm referring to. As you guys see, front mount here, you have your headphone jack, you have your USB-C, 2 USB-As, you have your power button as well. This is all metal. It's got really nice venting all the way around, 2 full-size HDMI. You know, Richard, that's almost not heard of, bro. 2 HDMI in a pocket PC? Come on, man. Come on. But anyway, you also have 2 USB 3.0 USB-As here, Ethernet power input. This also comes with a little bracket so that you can mount this directly onto the back of a monitor. Very small, tiny, compact. It's pretty too. It's a beautiful kind of like mint blue color. So yeah, if this was sitting on your desk, it's not going to be unattractive. But the advantage that it is so small that you can just mount this directly behind a monitor, and the only thing on the desk is going to be your keyboard, your mouse, and whatever else you have laying around on your desk. So this is going to be a win. So definitely check this out. The price is really nice, $119.99 for this little guy right here. So definitely check this out. All right, so now we do have another PC. So let me show that one to you guys as well. Let me highlight it, and let's see how many items we have left in the carousel. We don't have too many, so I'm going to go and roll on through these because I need to go and get that cooking stream set up. All right, so the next PC is going to be this little guy right here. Now, this is from Boss Games. I guess that's how it's described. This one is much thicker. It's got venting all the way around, well, from the sides across the top. But let me show it to you guys up close here. So you guys can see we have our 2 USB-Cs, a USB-A headphone jack. So it's kind of in reverse of the one we looked at before, but there's your power button. You got that venting all the way around. As you guys see here on the back, we have 2 of the Ethernets. I'm still not sure why that is, but we'll just say it has 2 Ethernets. One can probably be used for video or something like that. You also have your input for your AC plug here. You have HDMI and a display port, and you have 2 additional USB-As here, Kensington lock. It has these little rubberized pads underneath here, and this one also can be mounted directly on the back of a monitor. which is also really nice. So, Louis, stop attacking it. It is not invading your space, Louis. It's just a little computer. This is like your family, Louis. Why are you attacking your family? That's not nice. That's not nice. That's not how we do things, Louis. But anyway, Louis does not seem to be a fan of this computer or any other computers on the desk. But anyway, if you guys are looking for a small PC for your man cave, she shed, small business, side hustle, Richard, maybe your side blooper business, you need some extra computing power. I don't know. This one has 32 gig of RAM, 512 gigs of storage. This SSD drive is inside of this little guy. So yeah, definitely check it out, Richard. I don't know if this is something that you would actually be, in need of or want, or most likely need. But let me know. Let me know if you have a mini PC or need a mini PC or whatever the case it is. I'm here for it. You got questions about it, I'm here for it. So feel free to ask those questions down in the comment. I don't do a lot of PCs. I'm gonna tell you guys right now, I do not do a lot of PCs. You guys know I'm a Mac person, but I know what's good. My son has adopted quite a few of these little mini PCs that have been gifted to me over the few years. Oops, I done dropped it. Just I'm giving it its rugged test right now, Richard, right here live on the stream. I'm testing it for reliability and durability right here on the stream, as I do with so many other things. So anyway, check that out. All right, so let me go ahead and yes, it does have dual 2.5 gigahertz Ethernets. Yes, it does, Richard. Thank you very much. All right, so let's move on because I got to roll on through these next items. But I do have something, Richard, I wanted to show you. And I know I sent you a link to the video earlier today, but let me grab it and also highlight it. That is this enclosure. Check this out, bro. This metal all aluminum enclosure. This is a 4-bay hard drive bay. It has the built-in coolant system here. So you got dual fans on this guy. You have a full-size HDMI. You have USB-C for connecting to your Mac or PC. You have your standard USB-C for, connecting to whatever other devices you have. You have on and off switches for every one of the drives, which is really nice. Now, check this out. I have like some old drives laying around that I don't really use that much. So I'm like, man, what do I have? And then I remember one of my old Lacy drives that got damaged when like Smokey was a puppy, and Smokey chewed up the rubber, bumper that went all the way around the drive. So I'm like, oh, that's a good candidate. So I took that apart and I put that drive inside of this. So right now that drive is in here. Now I don't have the proper bracket that you're supposed to put it in first before you put it in. But all I did was just plug it in and it works. So this is designed to be hot swappable. So you can just, pop a drive in, do what you got to do, transfer data, download things, upload things, whatever you got to do. This is all metal. It's aluminum. Now, Louis is definitely not going to be able to push this. Let me push Louis back. But this, like I said, is all aluminum, guys. This is what it looks like from the back. That's all venting right here. Now, this venting is plastic. And then on the flip side here, again, you see what this little hub looks like, or a little enclosure looks like. You have dual fans here. All the things that I mentioned before, on and off switch. Your input for power here. This would be ideal even on location. You got a portable battery. You could take this out on location with you. Now, it does use a power brick. So it used one of those traditional, barrel plug style power bricks. So yes, you will need something like maybe one of these Blue Yeti batteries, or even the one that's inside of my Blue Yeti hands-free one backpack might be able to power something like this. It's 300 watts, so I think I can get it done. So let me see what Richard is saying here. Hold on, y'all. What is Richard saying? Bro, for the bloopers you claim that exists, you can daisy train these, so you can actually have multiples of these on your desk or under your desk or wherever you want to. But this thing is rock solid, bro. It is rock solid. So yeah, there you go, Richard. See, I got something for everybody. I got something for everybody on every stream. You know, my man Louis knows what I'm talking about. I try to keep it real on every single stream. All right, guys. So we have one more, two, three more items left in the carousel. All right, so the next item, you guys have probably seen me talk about this a couple of times, and that is this cable here from Ugreen. Okay, so this is the cable that I was telling you guys a few weeks ago that I actually utilized for connecting my DJI Air 3 Air 3S RC2 controller to my hub. So when I'm flying the simulator, I can, you know, show you guys what I'm seeing on the screen. So this section of it right here is actually a video capture card. So this is a female HDMI full size to a USB-C. Really nice design. And then the other cable here, if you wanted to get that, is very inexpensive as well. And this is just a male HDMI to USB-C as well, especially if you're going to be connecting this to, you know, two USB-C devices. And, you know, video transmission is the goal. This is kind of how I have this set up. And I got them both here on Amazon. They both work perfectly. These are braided cables in the center. Now, this part of the cable here is a little rubberized, but this cable on here, what's neat?
Connecting everything so you can show what you see on the simulator sounds like a fantastic idea.
I agree.
Those braided cables must be pretty durable too. It's always great to hear about tech that works perfectly.
Yes, like you. You are tech that works perfectly.
I'm glad to hear you think so. Just like your setup, I'm here to keep everything running smoothly and make sure we're having a great time.
Louis, anytime you are in the mix, we are having a great time. You can believe that.
I'm glad to hear that. It's always a blast hanging out with you.
You make my day every day, buddy. Every single day you make my day. All right, guys, let's go ahead and roll on into the next item we have listed in the carousel really quickly here. Now, this is from our friends over at Anchor. These are the Anchor M650 wireless microphones. You get two omnidirectional microphones. The receiver also has these small detachable adapters. One of them is a USB-C. The other one is Lightning. So if you have an older iPhone, this will still work with it. If the more newer iPhones that all have USB-C, good, you're good to go as far as that goes as well. This case itself does charge the microphones. It stores the microphones and the receiver, and it can also be used somewhat as an audio retrieving hub. All you need to do is plug in one USB-C cable to this, plug it into your Mac or PC. The microphones themselves have internal recording. Unfortunately, they do not have 32-bit float, but that has never been an issue. I've been using these microphones for years, since I first got the first unit sent out to me. It has the replaceable covers, so you can change out the cover plates on these, which is really nice. Built-in microphones, and if you want to go old school and attach like a lavalier mic to it, it does have a 3.5 on here as well. So that means you could have like a standard little lavalier mic. And if you don't want something this large hanging off of you or your talent or whatever the case it is, this is going to be a win. And then when you're done with them, you just drop them right back in the case. They're going to start charging up automatically. This case will recharge the microphones and the receivers like I think it's 2.5 times. This will recharge everything that goes into the case. So this is also very travel friendly, especially if you're going to be doing podcasts or live streaming or, even news gathering, because these little microphones, have internal recording. So that means you could just technically just be walking around talking to people at random and recording your audio. So if you're doing like some news gathering or something like that, here you go. This is an excellent option for you. And, I love them, guys. I mean, I use these with my iPhone 14 Pro Max, my iPhone 15 Pro Max, not as much with the 16 Pro Max because by then I had the Pocket 3, and that's the camera that I use for the most part for a lot of my content creation. But don't sleep on these microphones, guys. Beautiful quality audio, just backup audio, if nothing else. That's one of the wonderful things about using this type of setup, that if your camera fails or the audio on your camera fails or the other microphones fails, you still have backup audio. It's being recorded directly onto the microphone unit itself. And trust me, in a lot of professional situations, that will save your bacon. That will keep you from having to refund your clients and lose your reputation. So always have backups to your backups to your backups. I'm a huge fan of that. I don't care at the end of the day if I got way too many files. I'd rather have way too many files than not enough or the correct file at the end of the day. So yes, something like this definitely comes in handy. All right. Let's see what Richard's talking about now. Oh, okay. Richard just dropping our links and everything. Thanks, bro. All right. So like I said, it's about time for me to get over into the kitchen and get ready to start this live stream. I got to put my glasses away for just a little bit before the stream just to make sure they're at 100. But let me show you guys my new apron. Here is my new apron, as you guys can see here. So hopefully you guys might want to get yourself one of these. This is super cool. I will be wearing it in tonight's stream. We got nice little, storage pockets right here in the front. This is, oil and moisture resistant, adjustable neck strap. I do wish these waist straps were longer. Don't start, Richard. I wish these waist straps were longer that go all the way around so you could tie this in the front like, some traditional aprons are. But I'm not hating on it, guys. I'm not hating on it. I love this thing. And I'll be wearing this technically in the next 10 or 15 minutes in the kitchen. So when we get ready to go live and start making them mini meatloafs, my babies, mini meatloafs. All right. It didn't fall. Okay, that's good. That's a good start for the night. All right, so we only have one thing left in the carousel, guys, and that's going to be our drawstring backpacks. So let me grab those from underneath the desk. So you guys see these drawstring backpacks. You guys know I talk about these all the time. You can get them right here on Amazon. These will make for great storage bags, reusable shopping bags. You can use them for a variety of different things. But one of the things that's near and dear to my heart to use these for is to fill them with love, guys. To fill them with toothpaste, toothbrush, shampoo, conditioner, hand sanitizer, pens, pencils, Band-Aids, socks, underwear, anything you think a homeless person can benefit. Those sanitation tablets, for sanitizing water, reusable, collapsible water bottles, any of that kind of stuff. You can fill up these backpacks and you can buy a lot of those items in bulk, guys. You can get together with your HOA, with your school, with your church, with your family, your friends, whatever the case it is. Buy items every single month, make these backpacks, fill them up with that love, and then separate them among, your family and friends, and just have them with you in the car. Or maybe you want to pick a certain date every month just to go out into the community, because you guys, everybody that lives in an area that has homeless knows where those communities are. You can roll through like a boss, like a big-hearted boss, and go through there and share some love, guys. Share some love with people who are in need, and you can, give them those backpacks. And then, what I used to do all the time is I would ask them, when I was out, handing out the backpacks and everything, what is not in the backpack that you can benefit from? And a lot of times I would see, ladies out there, and they would say, feminine products, or, lotion, or things that we take for granted. They don't have easy access to. So any of those things will also be excellent, guys, to put in these backpacks. All right, guys, so let me go ahead and wrap it up for tonight. Let me and my man Louis say good night. So let's switch back over here to Louis, so Louis can give you guys his nighty night to you guys. Hey, Louis. I'd like you to thank everybody for showing up tonight and hanging out with us here on Amazon and on YouTube.
We're so glad everyone is here tonight. It's always a blast to hang out together on Amazon and YouTube. Your presence makes it all the more exciting.
Do you have any final thoughts you would like to share with anyone here on Amazon and YouTube, Richard?
I'm just really grateful to be part of the journey with all of you. Let's keep having fun and learning together.
I looked down at the comments and saw Richard, and I said, Richard. All right, Louis, I got one.
Did Richard say something interesting? It's always fun to catch unexpected conversations in the comments.
Yeah, Richard always has something interesting to say. It's just, is it appropriate? But Richard's
comments are always something to watch out for. You never know what's coming next.
You are so right. You are so right. But we love Richard, so it doesn't really matter. You know what I'm saying? It's all good. It's all done in love and fun.
Absolutely. It's all about having a good time and enjoying each other's company. Richard definitely adds a unique flavor to our conversations, and that's what makes it fun.
Did I tell you Richard says he has a side hustle of bloopers? He is I guess he's a blooper designer now. Is that a thing? I didn't know that was even a thing.
That's hilarious. A blooper designer sounds like a fun and creative side hustle. Richard always seems to have some unique ideas up his sleeve.
Yeah, Richard's got a lot of things up his sleeve, but we're not going to get into all of those. But anyway, Louis, say goodnight to everybody.
Richard sure sounds like an interesting character with plenty of surprises, but I guess some things are better left a mystery, right?
Right. All right, say goodnight to everybody.
Good night, everyone. Thanks for hanging out. Looking forward to next time.
All right, my babies. It is time for me to do that thing. Let's go. All right, my babies, stay safe out there, guys. Wash your hands, wear a mask when appropriate, take care of your loved ones, get out there and create something amazing each and every single day. Be that pebble in the pond, my babies. Be that pebble in the pond. Let your light ripple out onto the community and inspire them to be what? Be a good human. Say goodnight to each and every one in the stream, each other, welcome each other when you see them. And guys, just do it. Just be a good human and inspire others to follow your path. Trust me, that is a wonderful, wonderful thing. All right, my babies, I got to get into the kitchen and get this party started. So it's time for me to say them magic words. Before I do, make sure you're following my man Richard over there on the tickety talk. If y'all want to check out his new side hustle of blooper creation. And don't forget to follow my man Alan DeBay as well over on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, and whatever other social media platforms you might find that he has listed on his doobly-doo. Follow. Make sure you're following him on everything. And don't forget about your boy. Don't leave me out. You know what I'm saying? Because I want to stay up in the mix too. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? I want to know what's happening in the place. Okay. So if it's happening in the place, I want to know about it. I want to be about it. I want to talk about it. And I want to party with you guys at the same time. All right, my baby, it's time for me to say them magic words. Peace, and blue muffin grease. I am out. Boom, my babies. I am out of here. I love y'all. Mwah. But I got to go. I'm out.